Hey there, traders and investors. It's Rod with Powell Group. Welcome back on the Pursuit of Wealth for a daily market recap. Today's a recap for Thursday, July 22nd. And in today's video, as the main topic of the day, we're going to be discussing BHP Group Limited, so ticker symbol BHP on the NYSE. Shout out to Salmon Group for sharing this news with us and letting us know they had, I think, a 4 or 5% dividend. Was looking to add that to a long-term no-touch position. And they just came out with news that they're partnering with Tesla on a new nickel supply deal. So we'll look at that article and the BHP chart in detail here in just a moment. But as we normally do, we'll run through some news and events on the day today. Then we'll look at the crypto and the broader market, and then we'll look at the BHP chart. So before we jump in, make sure to smash like, subscribe to the channel. I would appreciate it. And tick the bell to be notified on any future uploads. And I'll put some timestamps in the description below for your convenience as well. So shares of Australian miner BHP jumped 3% after news of nickel supply deal with Tesla. And BHP said Thursday it will be supplying Tesla with nickel from one of its mines based in Western Australia. Demand for nickel and batteries is estimated to grow by over 500% over the next decade to support the world's rising demand for electric vehicles. So let me know in the comments below if you're eyeing a position in BHP. Personally, I'm going to be holding off. I don't really like the current prices. Definitely want to get a deal, and I'll let you guys know about what my thoughts are on a potential entry there. Also, Twitter posts fastest revenue growth since 2014 in the pandemic rebound. So earnings was 20 cents per share versus 7 cents as expected by analysts, and revenue came in with a beat as well at 1.19 billion versus 1.07 billion expected. Moving on, US jobless claims show surprise gain well above expectations. So they totaled 419,000 versus the estimate of 350,000, and that also was higher than the previous reporting period as well. So we're not seeing that go in the right direction here. So we had 368,000 the previous reporting period, so missed on estimates and missed from the last reporting period. Uber set to buy transportation logistics company Transplace for 2.25 billion. So that's the Uber Freight, the ride-sharing company's trucking division, and the deal consists of up to 750 million in common stock of Uber and the remainder in cash. Also, in other news and cryptocurrency news, MoneyGram reportedly receives preliminary takeover interest from the Stellar Foundation. And this comes after Ripple tried to acquire MoneyGram back a couple of years ago, but ran into some issues with the SEC. We know that Ripple had a ton of MoneyGram stock as well, which MoneyGram and Ripple had to separate, just in terms of the SEC lawsuit that with Ripple going through the being sued by the SEC. So that was something that MoneyGram wanted to back out of and wait until things kind of calm down. But now we're seeing rival Stellar step in and potentially taking over MoneyGram. So I've been very bullish on Stellar. I've been very bullish on Ripple and XRP as well. But I do believe that Stellar is set for a massive move as they are teaming up with private equity firm Advent. And just more on this subject, we shared a couple of months ago that Stellar and Visa joined forces with a fintech startup to bank the unbanked. So Stellar's mission is to financial inclusivity. So they're looking to bank the unbanked. So some of the people that don't have access to a bank account in the poorest countries, in the poorest areas of the world, that is the use case that Stellar is starting to pursue. And we know that Visa acquired Ripple Customer Currency Cloud as well. So we're starting to see Visa and MasterCard get into the space. MasterCard partners with USDC to pilot crypto payments. Just a little bit of background here. So USDC is owned by Circle, which is a stable coin. So USDC stablecoin, and that is issued on the XLM ledger. So XLM, Stellar, we're starting to see MasterCard, we're starting to see Visa all come into the space. And I don't believe that there's any coincidences here. I do believe that this is the way the world is heading and the way the new financial system is being set up. So I am extremely bullish, especially with all of these developments with MasterCard, Visa. We also see celebrities. We saw Mila Kunis, we saw Ashton Kutcher. Now Busta Rhymes buying Bitcoin as well, but we saw Ashton Kutcher. He even gave Ellen DeGeneres a couple $1 million in Ripple and XRP. And I don't believe that that is a coincidence. I do believe that there's a hidden agenda and they're just, distracting people with Bitcoin and Ethereum. But I do believe that under the hood, XRP and XLM are going to be at the center of the new financial system. So moving on to the cryptos charts here. So we're seeing a nice recovery here. So day two and XLM leading the pack today, up over 15%. So I mentioned two private members yesterday in the group that was extremely bullish on XLM. I was adding XLM, so we had a test there of 19.5 cents support. We got as low as 19.59 cents. So we basically had a double bottom right there off of support. And if you entered there off of support, you would have been able to see the daily oversold bounce. You would not have gotten stopped out if you set your stop below 19 cents. And if you made that entry, you'd be up about 39% from the low. So congrats to the bulls there and those who took advantage of that early call out. Again, we've been seeing tons of positive influences and media articles in the space. We had Jack Dorsey, we had Elon Musk, Cathie Wood at the B Word conference yesterday. So we're starting to see a lot more interest take part in the crypto space. And just taking a look at Bitcoin, we have a daily inside bar on watch. So just a tightening range with about 3.5 hours left here. So we'll want to see as big of a bounce as possible just to change the daily trend. Similar to XLM here, you can see we have a big of enough bounce now that we could pull back about 27% and still just be looking for a daily higher low, but bulls are pleased with the amount of room that they have to form that. So we want to see the same thing on Bitcoin, see as big of a bounce as possible, and then allow enough space to form that daily higher low. But even from current levels, we could drop about 9% and still be looking for a daily higher low. But again, as I mentioned yesterday, even when we saw that massive drop, we just zoom out, and at this point we had that death cross, we had the bear EMA and 26 EMA cross there on the weekly. But zoom out to the monthly, and we're just looking for a monthly higher low, and want to see us close above 33,000 here before the end of the month here, in a little over 9 days left. So a close over 33,000 to end the month will be extremely bullish in my opinion. Moving on to the S&P 500. So starting day number 3 of the daily bounce, and again, just zooming out, it got pretty scary there for a while. I know a lot of people were losing their marbles, for lack of better words, but just zoom out to the weekly. We held the EMA 12 and we're set to close above it. So we'll want to see it close above EMA 12 there at 424.62 to end the week, but we're still in a weekly uptrend. So the most important thing is a close above EMA 12 and holding the weekly higher lows here at 414.70 and maintaining that weekly uptrend. But V-shaped recovery continues. We have key resistance there at the all-time high at 437.92, and bulls continue to just buy the dip. And that has been the theme of 2020 and 2021, has just been an absolute V-shaped recovery and massive bounce. We are seeing declining bull volume here, so keeping an eye on that. As we know, we don't need bull volume to go up, but we definitely need bear volume to go down, similar to what happened here about 4 days ago. So moving on, the dollar started daily consolidation today, but still in a daily uptrend, still holding EMA 12. And again, just wanted to point out on the monthly that we're set up for a potential monthly trend change if we break 93.43, but more than likely just going to see a tightening range. And we're going to want to see whether or not this is our monthly lower high being set, but I could potentially see a tightening range into the end of the year. So the tech sector, we are up after hours off the back of Twitter earnings. So we have the all-time high coming up potentially here into tomorrow at 365.49, but the tech sector continues to remain extremely strong. The semiconductor ETF down about 0.5% here after hours, but daily inside bar potential for a second inside bar here tomorrow, but lagging the tech sector here a little bit, with that, which has been the case for the last several weeks. Been moving in tandem, but QQQ just standing out a little bit stronger. So oil had a nice green day today as well, and day number 2 of its daily bounce, and we have a lack of resistance all the way up until 75.47. So we're just going to be expecting a daily lower high here as well, but confirmed a daily downtrend on oil, and oil finally seeing some green after that significant drop that we saw last week. So gold, taking a look at silver and the metals, so gold and silver. So silver getting its daily bounce underway, following the rest of the market, and we have a lack of resistance all the way up until 26.46. Gold still hasn't started its daily bounce, so daily consolidation again today, having lost the low of yesterday. So gold standing out a little bit weaker of the two, and again just lagging behind the broader market. XBI, the biotech sector, daily inside bar on watch, so potential for another daily inside bar into tomorrow, but daily bounce still intact, and we need to lose the low of tomorrow to see daily consolidation. When we do lose the low, we'll just be looking for a daily higher low here compared to 123.67, and bulls will attempt a daily trend change. XLE, the energy sector, so daily consolidation began today. And we have that gap here at 48.09. We got as low as 48.28. So it came very close to filling that gap. But at this point, just looking for a daily high or low, a lack of resistance all the way up until 53.14. XLF, so daily consolidation today as well. And bulls will be looking for a higher low and a daily trend change. All names need to confirm daily trend changes, including SPY. So XLV, the healthcare sector, closed 0.74% in the green today, closed right at the high of the day, new all-time high. And the healthcare sector continues to stand out as one of the strongest sectors, the strongest sector at the moment. And a lot of the reason why we're seeing SPY strength, QQQ, the healthcare sector, extremely strong. And bulls, we did confirm a daily downtrend here with a lower high and a lower low. So we did break the downtrend here once we got above 129.09. So bulls got enough room here now to form a daily high or low. So all about daily trend changes from here. So moving on to the BHP chart. So BHP saw day number 3 of its daily bounce as well. So just following the overall broader market on the weekly time frame. We're still above the 10-week moving average, so a close above 74.07 will be bullish. The stochastic had a bull cross, but the MACD still yet to see a bull cross there, so a little bit of work to do there in terms of the MACD. In terms of the weekly moving averages, we do have the 50 weekly down at 65.03, and we are starting weekly consolidation. So we're just looking for, we were in a weekly downtrend here with a weekly lower high and lower low. So now we're attempting for a weekly higher low here compared to 68.54. If we break above 77.24, then that will confirm a weekly higher low and higher high, a weekly uptrend confirmed, and then that will give us our monthly higher low here. But we're still in a monthly uptrend. Monthly EMA 12 sitting there at 66.55 as well. We have the 50 weekly moving average there at 65, and we have the 200-day moving average down at 67.36. Also, the weekly VWAP down at 67. So there's a lot of support in that $67 to $65 area. So personally, I'd be waiting for at least a $65 test before entering any positions. So currently at 75.63 to end the day. So looking at about a 11% drop. Even if you wanted to try and get it closer here to our previous tops and EMA 26, which would be around $59, so $60. So I personally am not interested in a position at the moment, as we were monthly overbought. We're still in a monthly uptrend, but just ran a little too hot for me. And I'd be looking to potentially start to scale in around the $65 area down to about $60. If you're looking for a deal, then like I said, those previous tops here around the $59 area should be a decent entry point. But just taking a look here at the all-time high at 98.02. So stock is extremely bullish at the moment. And we have a lot of room here now to form a daily high or low. So once we do start to the daily consolidation, we'll just be looking for a daily high or low here compared to 72.02. We do have a gap here as well at 74.25 to be on the lookout for as well. But congrats to the bulls here today. Pretty much closed flat on the day today, which is a little surprising, but we saw that pretty massive bounce there off the lows, about 5.5%. So bulls are overall pleased, but would have expected a little bit more of a jump there today than what we did see. On the bull and bear list, we had VEGA down over 10%, AMC, SPCE, and on the bull list, we had DFLY, MVMD, and WNRS. DFLY, I know a lot of people in our group, massive move today off the lows there at $1.23, I think it was. So in just 4 days, up about 52%. We're up to $1.86 there at one point today. A huge upper wick on massive volume, but I believe it had to do with the uplisting news. All right, going to end it there. Thanks so much for joining us on the Pursuit of Wealth for a daily market recap, and we shall see you a little bit later on for an MJ Sector review. Take care, everybody.